Good morning and welcome to Saturday morning's early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to get your weekend off to a good start. Gotta take a drink here. I already sound like a frog. It's allergy season. Yay! Good morning, Beth. You're the first one here today. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. So we'll give it a minute for people to pop in. And we have a card deck we haven't seen in a little while, which is always cool. Oh, I'm just noticing the little light beam right here. That's kind of fun. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome. Waving back. So hope you all had a good Friday. And here we are on to Saturday. Get our weekend rolling. Give you an update on the rummage sale. We had a great first day. We sold over $1,000. So we'll see how day 2 goes. My sister actually is going to be running it today with my dad. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Glad you are here. But I'm going to go over and help restock because we had some really major folks come through to buy stuff. Good morning, Carolyn. A couple of the fun ones were there was a man early in the day who was very into crystal, as was my mother. Good morning, Janine. Welcome. Glad you're here. And he left with 4 boxes full of crystal vases and crystal platters and bowls and, all kinds of stuff. So the funny thing was, 4 boxes left. I could hardly see a dent. So that was a fun one. And then end of the day, my cousin Sheila, call out to her, and her friend came. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. And they do a crafting business where they take things and repurpose them. Oh, good. I'm so glad. That's awesome. Yes. And if you're in the area, any of you, come shopping. It's 1821 West Wisconsin Avenue. Today, 8 to 3 Central Time. But my cousin came to get things for their crafting business. So they bought picture frames and little bowls and just massive amounts of stuff. So she was our best sale of the day, which was fabulous. So that was right at the end of the day. So that was fun. So yes, the rummage sale yesterday was good, and I'm batting clean up a little bit today for that. Good morning, Mary. Glad you're here. Oh, that'd be awesome. Love to see you. I'm not sure how long I'll be there today. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome. It was a long day yesterday because I think we got there at 7-ish, and then I headed out at 5:15. So it was a long day. But fun talking to everybody, fun seeing what everybody picked up. We had a bunch of 1970s vintage Star Wars stuff. And so there were a couple of collectors who came and bought some of those. We still have more left for those of you who are interested. Frankly, I think we have one of everything, at least. One of everything. In the past, there was a point where we had a parachute. We no longer have the parachute, but at one point we did have a parachute. Pack your own parachute. So that's that. Oh, and I also wanted to remind you, because I know Morgan has been working on this, my birthday coaching special, which runs through May 6th at midnight, and we're doing a clutter clearing special on my 10-week clutter clearing program also. So I'm not sure if she's got them posted on Facebook yet. I know they're on LinkedIn because I saw them there, and I'm sure she's got them on Instagram because that's kind of her venue. She likes doing stuff on Instagram. So, but eventually they'll be on the Facebook page too. So that's that. And like I said, we haven't seen this card deck in a little bit. Earth Magic by Stephen D. Farmer. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome, welcome. Move this a little closer so you can see all the critters that she's holding. It was funny. Oh, you saw something on Facebook. Good. That's awesome. I was so tired by the time I got home, I did not even want to open up the computer because I know, having been away from the computer for a day, there will be hundreds of emails waiting for me. And I wasn't in the mood, so I went and took an Epsom salts bath instead. So, Stephen D. Farmer. And our card for today, I love this. This is a very warming card, I think. Ceremony. Invocation. Ceremony invocation. And as I read, I'll move it a little closer so you can see the picture. Some of the stuff isn't going to show up as well. Good morning, Jill. Welcome. Isn't going to show up as well on the video probably as being able to stare at the card directly. But at least you're getting the gist of what she's doing. So invocation. First, though, breath. And I want you to look at the back. As above, so below. I love this. So that's the back of the card. So let's just take a couple of nice deep breaths. Yay! Fabulous! Good, 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 good. I want to hear how that goes, Cindy. The Holy Moments book. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with that, because that was a previous YEMIG that we did. Good morning, Kathy. Glad you are here. There's a little book called Holy Moments, and it's about spreading good in the world. And he came up with this concept that if he sends you the books for free, you just pay shipping. That's all you pay. And I would love to have all of you. There's 12 of you on here. Times 6 books. That's a whole lot of books. So what you do is you get your little box of books after paying for the shipping, and then you give a book to people that you think will be interested in the concept and willing to pass this on. So I gave out 6 books. Those 6 people gave out 6 books. Those 36 people gave out 6 books. I mean, it just perpetuates, right? And his mission is to perpetuate good. Yeah, yes, exactly, exactly. So many levels of that, as above, so below. So then you move these books along, but the basic gist is, how are we going to seed positive things in the world? How are we going to counter what's out there, the negativity? If we pay attention to that, that's what we create. We give energy to the negative, energy to what we don't want, rather than energy to what we do want. So it's just this little bitty book called Holy Moments. You can get them. Cindy, if you have the opportunity, do you want to drop the link in the feed here? That would be awesome. But that it's just a cool concept, and I want to help him reach his goal. I can't remember how many iterations. Like, it was only like 20 iterations or something along that line to get billions of people involved in this, which I thought was fabulous. So, dream big, right? Today, ceremony, invocation. A couple of nice deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more for good measure. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I notice my earrings are moving as I'm doing that. Thank you, Cindy. Much appreciated. So check it out. If you're willing to pay less than $10 for shipping, you get these books and you can do some good in the world from the center of your home. How cool is that? Anyway, my earrings are women. It's kind of hard to turn them so that but I have them, always face them so they're looking at me. I feel like it's an energy thing. I think it's cool. Awesome. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. You are so helpful. Much appreciated. So, ceremony, invocation. It is in sacred ceremony that we have one of the greatest opportunities to experience communion with Source, one where the perceived dualities of both heaven and earth merge into an experience of the divine. So note that word perceived. We create the separation. We create it with our language, us versus them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it. Us versus them, either or. We've got all this languaging that makes things not us. And so perceived dualities. Oh, that time it didn't disconnect me. Rock on. Maybe technology is catching up here. So, through the use of sacred pieces that have become imbued with spiritual significance, think about when you go to church, they have all the things that they use, chalices and all kinds of stuff that has been imbued with spiritual significance. We can do that also. I like to view my rocks as having spiritual significance. When I hold them and they ground me, that feels very spiritual to me. We bring forth ceremony catalyzed by clear intention and preparation. Sacred ceremony is prayer in action. Don't you love that? Sacred ceremony is prayer in action. In the Anishinaabe tribe, that was up by where I was when I lived in Rapid River. They do seasonal sacred ceremonies. So spring ceremony was, I think they just did that. But it was a chance for everyone to gather, and they had sacred stuff. Sacred herbs. People would also have sacred bundles, so they would lay out their bundles with their sacred items in it. That'd be cool. Make yourself a sacred bundle. What are the things? It might be something that an ancestor gave you. So maybe you got your mom's wedding ring or whatever. Those can be your sacred items. I like the natural stuff. Rocks and sticks and branches and leaves and feathers and all that stuff. I've got feathers all over my desk. So here's this one. Let me describe the picture. In this image, a woman kneels before an altar where a number of crystals are placed, light emanating from her hands. We see incense burning, snake spirit rests nearby, and various ethereal beings appear in the wispy shroud of light around her head. Again, it might not show up so well on the card, but I'll move it a little closer so you can kind of see. I see one with a magic, I was going to say magic 8-ball. No, a crystal ball. All the while, the tapestry upon which she sits appears to be on fire, symbolizing the fiery passion brought on by the intense focus of spirit that has been invoked for this ceremony. Calling spirit forth in this way facilitates a direct and heartfelt sense of relatedness to source. So, it can be the same thing as prayer. It is prayer, right? It's calling on ancestors, guides, God, spirit, nature, universe, however you want to look at it, whatever works best for you. So now this is the part that's being spoken to us, okay? Whether through indifference, depression, life crisis, or any other manifestations of mental, emotional, or physical blockages, you have drifted from the intimacy with spirit for which you yearn. Can't tell you the number of people who I'm actually coaching who talk about this. I want to be able to feel God. I want to be able to feel connected. I want to be able to feel the universe is working for me, but I got a disconnection going here. So that might be an interesting thing for us to utilize with a 3-session coaching package. We can work on whatever you want to work on. So it is important to do what you can to regain an experience of spiritual power that is contained within you and all around you. Do so by conducting a ceremony, one that involves not only spirit, but also material objects you consider sacred. Set up an altar in a convenient area that is apart from your usual living space. Start with representations of the 4 major elements, earth, air, fire, and water, and then add just a few sacred objects. Set your intention for the ceremony, such as whether the purpose is for healing, celebration, or honoring a particular earth season or cycle. Then do an invocation and call upon your spirit guides. So an interesting thing to do with this is, if you're looking to connect with some kind of energy, I'd like to get my book published, I'd like to find a new job, I'm looking for a life partner, I'm looking for a group of people who can support me with X. If anything like that, create a little altar to call them in. This feels like it needs, I'll just grab one here. What I'm asking for feels like it needs believe energy. So maybe that ends up on my altar. What I'm asking for feels like it needs financing. So I might put a coin there to represent what I believe I need for this to unfold. But then open yourself to the opportunities, because doing a ceremony to call in what you need opens the door. It's getting you out of your way. It's getting you out of your way. Let's see what we got here. Breathe the presence of your spirit guides and ask these divine beings to guide you throughout the process. Trust their guidance. Feel your heartbeat and keep breathing. Breath is the key to the actual experience of spirit. That's why we call it inspiration, right? When we breathe in, and expiration when we breathe out, right? Breath is the key to the actual experience of spirit, and creating a ceremony is the vehicle that supports this. So again, this is merely the vehicle to support spirit connection all the time. And we all have these little rituals that we do. You might cross yourself before you do certain things. You might do namaste. You might inhale. I have the water song. When I drive past bodies of water, I sing to the water. And that is a ceremony. That is a ceremony. That's an invocation for the healing of the water. What else do you do? What else do you do? When you say to someone when they're leaving, drive safely, in a way, that's kind of an invocation also, isn't it? So we do this stuff a lot during our day. We don't necessarily pay attention to the fact that that's what it is. So let's bring it for today to more of a conscious level, that we have these ceremonies, we have these invocations. You might have a little altar set up. If you don't, they're fun to do. And a lot of times you know, an altar will serve for a period of time, and then you'll go, okay, I think that one's done. Now we can do something different. So I'm going to show you one of my very favorite rocks. Is that not the coolest thing ever? Kind of reminds me of the universe. That's one of the reasons grounded universe. That's one of the reasons that I keep this one. I love this one. So, your mission for today, should you choose to accept it, is to practice some kind of a ceremony, calling in something. And it could be, or putting out gratitude. You could do a ceremony where you're offering up gratitude. You could do a fire pit that offers up gratitude. You could offer up prayers. All kinds of things you can do. It can be little things, just sitting something somewhere that you can see it. That can constitute a ceremony, an invocation. Have an awesome Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.